Okay, guys. To continue our discussion with the Thevenin, let's have an example of a circuitry having a dependent source. What I'm saying that ito yung dependent source natin. Here's our dependent source. So now, how to solve this one? If the problem is asking find VTH and also RTH. To solve that, first, we can easily solve for VTH kasi nga kukunin lang natin kung ano yung voltage dito. VOC is equal to VTH. Now, to solve for VTH, simply normal lang ng pag-solve. So, syempre, if this is open circuit and you have our resistor here, syempre open circuit siya. So, ang 2 ohms resistor na dito is mani-neglect. Bakit? Kasi nga walang mag-flow dito na current. Now, ang mangyari nandito is magiging ganito.
Sir, may masa ka?
Okay, ito yung bago nating circuitry since alam natin na walang dadaan dito na current. So, meaning, ang VOC natin is in parallel with ito na branch circuit which is the 6 ohm. So, by conclusion, ang VOC natin is equal to the voltage here in this R6 ohms resistor. So, now to solve this, easy lang yung pag-solve natin. We can solve this by nodal analysis or mesh analysis. Another way of circuit theorem. So, for me, I'll solve this one by nodal analysis. So, we put ground here and I identify this one at node V1 and also node V2. Now, since we have a dependent source here, in between dito sa node V1 natin at saka node V2 natin, sasabihin natin na this is a supernode. Now, alam natin na sa pagsulat sa supernode is pinagkukumbine natin yung equation ng dalawang node, isa or dalawa or tatlo man na node na nagkaroon ng supernode. So now, at node V1 and V2, since supernode sila, we will write, let's just say lahat sila leaving. We have V1 over 4 plus V2 over 6. So, bakit ko hindi isinulat itong V1 minus V2 at saka V2 minus 2? Kasi nga, nag-cancel out sila. So, what if isulat natin plus V1 minus V2 over 2 plus V2 minus V1 over 2 is equal to 5 ampere. So, mangyari dyan is, kung titignan natin, these two terms here are equal. So, magiging 0 ito. So, rewrite natin, we have V1 over 4 plus V2 over 6 is equal to 5. To have the LCD of this 4 and 6, we have 12. And to finish that, we have 3V1 plus 2V2 is equal to 60. Kasi we have 5 times 12, we have 60. And we can consider this one as a equation 1. For equation 2, since supernode sila, we have V1 minus V2. No, it's not. Kasi nga, we have negative dito, positive dito. So, meaning, dapat, ang mangyari dito is, we have V2 minus V1 is equal to 2Vx. So, paano yan? We have one equation, tapos we have 3 variables here. So, paano natin tatanggalin tong Vx na to? So, di ba? Last time that we have discussed, ang V ground natin is 0. And we know that this is the potential difference between 4 ohms is we have V1 at saka VG natin is Vx. So now we have V1 minus VG is equal to Vx. Since ang VG natin is equal to 0, 0 ito. So by conclusion, we have V1 is equal to Vx. Ngayon, ang mangyari dyan, we have V2 minus V1 is equal to 2V1. Now, ang tawag dito, we try to, pwede natin i-arrange natin yung equation natin. Pwede kong gawin is itong dalawang to is ilagay ko doon or ito is ilagay ko doon. But ito na lang ang i-transfer ko dito sa kabilang side. So, we have negative V1 minus 2V1 plus V2 is equal to 0. So, collect terms, we have negative 3V1 plus V2 is equal to 0. So, ngayon, we now have second equation. We have first equation, second equation. So, now, we can solve this one by two equation, two unknowns. By using determinants, elimination, substitution, and for this study, we will use calculator. So just plug in into our calculators. We have, first, rearrange natin. We have 3V1 plus 2V2 is equal to 60. And also, we have negative 3V1 plus V2 is equal to 0. Am I right? We have 3V1 2v2 is equal to 60. So, try natin elimination na lang kasi pwede siyang ma-eliminate simply. Okay. Eliminate natin yung v1 natin. We just add them. Mangyari dyan, we have 3v2 is equal to 60. Ang v2 natin is we have 60 over 3. Ang v2 natin is we have 20. And to solve for v1, simply we have itong gagamitin ko, equation 2. Nangyari dyan is we have V2 is equal to 3V1. Now, ang V2 natin is 20 rather. We have 20 is equal to 3V1. So, now, 3V1. 3V1. Ang V1 natin this time is 20 over 3. So, we have, ganyan, we have 20 over 3 and we have 6 point, ilan? We have 6 point, kasi we have 20 divide 3, we have 20 divide 3. Yun, we have 20 divide 3, so we have 6, 18 minus 20 minus, 6.6667. Kasi yun, repeating decimal. Kasi we have 20 divide 3, we have 6 minus, yes. So, yan. So, now we have this one. So, ang hinanap natin is actually is yung V2 natin. Kasi nga, we have this one which is in parallel with VOC. So, now, by conclusion, ang VTH natin is equal to 20 volts. Oh! 20 volts yung VTH natin. I-note natin yan. So, to continue our discussion, let's solve yung RTH natin. But since yung pagkuha ng RTH natin, guys, is iba pag meron kang dependent source. Kasi pag, ang nangyari kasi dito, guys, is, di ba, pag wala kang dependent source, okay lang, magkukunin mo lang is yung R equivalent mo lang. I-off mo lang yung mga sources mo. But this time around, i-off mo yung source mo pero may remaining ka pa ding dependent source kasi hindi siya kasali sa ino-off. But then, 'di ba, ang dependent source natin is 'di ba dapat may source ka para siya mag-function. For that reason guys is maglalagay tayo ng source sa bandang kinukuhanan natin ng RTH. So, by meaning, ang gagawin natin is to have RTH is simply equal to V over I. It's either you put voltage source here or current source dito. So, what if lagyan ko ito ng So, to have the RTH, pwede kong gawin is lagyan ko to ng voltage source. Kahit anong voltage source, but mas maigi na ilagay nyo is 1 volt. Para konti lang yung ika-calculate natin. We have 1 volt dyan. So, for that, if 1 volt yan, kunin mo yung current na nag-flow dyan. So, to have RTH is equal to 1 volt over yung I na kukunin mo. But also, you can also use current source. We have this one. We have current source dyan. So, whatever value na current na gusto mong ilagay dyan, pwede mong ilagay dyan. Pero, mas advisable na yung 1 ampere. So, ang RTH mo is magiging voltage na hanapin mo at saka yung 1 ampere. So, you choose saan pwede or saan yung mas convenient na gamitin. So, for me, I'll try to use voltage source na 1 volt. So, we have 1 volt dito. So, we have 1 volt. So, now, to solve this, syempre, you choose which sa theorems or analysis yung pwede mong gamitin. But then, to solve this one, I use nodal analysis. Ngayon, kanina, just like yung kaninang pag-solve natin, now we can solve, let's call this one V1 and call this